Hello students, welcome back to the next session of database. In this, let us start with the evolution of database. Now, what is this evolution? How did you do the recording of the data in the earlier days? We used pages and these pages were put together and files were created. But it is more time consuming to write down all the information that is written in the pages and stored in registers or taking up file cabinets, which takes space, right? All these are but these all are known as your manual filing system. Okay, this is your manual filing system, that is a man is doing the work personally, and this cannot be destroyed accidentally, that is by due to power loss. You cannot lose the data. That is one advantage also is that. And also hackers and no one someone from somewhere also cannot access this data. Yes, it has many advantages also, but it also has drawbacks, that is your limitations to store the data. Searching will be difficult and it requires more space, more cost, right? All these are the disadvantages also. So but the method of manual files that is man-made or handled manually is known as your manual data processing. Similarly, if you are generating and maintaining the files using a computer or electronic medium, we call it as your electronic data processing. Okay, this is an important part of this chapter which carries 5 marks. This is one of the questions frequently asked for 5 marks. The question that they ask you is, mention the differences between your manual filing system and electronic filing system, or manual data processing and electronic data processing. Manual data processing and electronic data processing. What are the differences? If you mention this, any 5 points, you get 5 marks for this question. Okay, so what are the differences? What happens here? Every process, each and every process is done manually. You have to write it in sentences. In brief, just the points I'm giving you here. Please write in a sentence when you are answering for the exam. So entire process takes place manually, and here the entire process takes with the help of a machine, right? That's one point. And speed and accuracy is limited in this. You cannot go faster. If you go faster, your handwriting doesn't come out neat, right? Whereas it has got very high speed and accuracy. Then it has time restrictions. And this is 24/7. And transfer of data is difficult in this. Data transfer is difficult. How are you going to send it to one person? You have to take a Xerox or something like that, right? And here data can be transferred as a soft copy. The same thing can attach and send it, right? And then papers are used for filing, and here magnetic discs are used for filing. So it is a large volume of data, that is limited data. Here you have limited data, here you have large volume or large quantity of data in this. And here overall cost is high. And here overall cost is low. Answer any 5 points and you have a 5 mark for this. This is about the differences between your manual data processing and electronic data processing. And the next part which we have already done, that is your DBMS. What is DBMS? DBMS means database management system. Right, database management system. That means it is a application software that is designed to store and access the data in a database, and this was developed around 1969. Now, what is, as you know, what is database management system? What is this database management system? It is used to store the data and access the data in a database. So what is your database? What is your database? Database is a collection of, it is a collection of logically related data. Logically related data records that is stored and accessed by the users for different purposes. In brief, you say database is a collection of logically related data records. There are various terms that will be used in your database. So this is essential. This is necessary if you want to understand the concepts of database. If you do not know the terms, then you cannot understand the commands. So there are different terms in DBMS and relational database. So let us just go through a few in the database. Now, for example, a student database. Let us say a student database. When we are talking about student database, if you want to store the data of students, you have your register number, you have your student name, you have your course, right? You have your date of birth, total marks, something like this. Just an example you have, and you are entering the details in this, right? Now, what do you call this as? We call this as a table, right? We call this as a table. That is, generally we call it as a table, but in terms of data, in database, you call this as your database terms or DBMS terms. We call it as your database. The table is known as your database. And what do you call this as? We call this as a row, and we call this as a column, right? So here, whatever you call as a row, here we call it as a record in database terms. If whatever you call as a column in general, we call it as a field in database terms. So a database is a collection of data records, and record is a horizontal entity. Record is a horizontal entity in a database, that is, it's a row of the table, and field is the vertical entity, that is the column of a table. These are some of the terms. We come across later the different other terms that we have. And the next section is your data types. What do you mean by your data types? You have learned about the data types in C++ also, right? That is, we learned about your float, right? Character, integer, double. These are the data types used in your C++. So float means which contains the decimal parts. Character means the one which contains the letters. Integer, that contains only the whole numbers without any fractional part. Double, the twice that of the floating point. Right? These are the data types in your C++. But here also, in the same manner, here also you have data types in a database. If you are processing a huge amount of data, it is very difficult. You have to have appropriate data types. So which are the different data types that you are going to have in your database? Is the first data type. is your number. The first data type is your number. So what does it do? It includes both integers and floating values. It includes both the integers and the floating values, or total numbers. They are numbers. And then character. It includes the alphanumerics. That is, it can contain both characters and numbers also, and also some special symbols. Okay, character type of data. And you have the date as a data type. That is, it includes only days, months and years. This is also a type of data. And you have your logical data type. Logical data types means the one that you have to answer in the form of either true or false. And memo. Memo means it stores the stream of bytes. That is a explanation part, description that you want to give, stream of bytes in a file. It contains more characters. Okay, this is about your types of data, that is the different data types that you are going to make use of in your database. Why should you use a database management system? That is the advantages of DBMS. They can either ask any to mention any 2 or 3, or it may be a 5-mark question also. It can be asked, they may ask you to mention 2 advantages or 3 advantages, or they can ask you to explain in 5 points also, that can contain 5-mark questions. So what is it? Why database management system or DBMS is used vastly in your business organization? Why are you going to make use of this? So one is your minimized redundancy. Minimized redundancy. That means it minimizes duplicate data. It sees to that the data is not repeated again and again unnecessarily. It reduces the total number of the storage space required, because it avoids the duplicate data. And also, if there is any inconsistencies, then also it will not allow you to store. So this is an important role in the business organization. It reduces the redundancy, or it minimizes duplication of data. And data integrity. What do you mean by data integrity? Data integrity means that is the data in the database is accurate. It sees to that it is accurate and consistent. That is, it remains the same continuously. There is no ups and downs continuously. It will be thoroughly checked for the validity, the range of the values, such that, for example, if you are going to enter the marks of the students, marks should be from 0 to 100. It cannot go above 100 and it cannot go below 0. It sees to all these things. And then you can share the data. You can share the data which is required by many users at a time, so that it increases the speed of the processing also. And data security, that is the data which is very important for an organization, and it will be confidential. Anyone who wants the data cannot access it. So there will be a database administrator. DB, call them as DBA, database administrator. He is the one who will be responsible for the data in the database, so that he gives access only after checking out authentication checks done before permitting the access of data to that person. So it provides security in DBMS. And I think these are the advantages of your database management system or DBMS. Now let us go for the next session. In the next class, let us stop the session now.